So it seems bad news following Xbox is just all over the place, and people are just now openly making stuff up because it's so easy to stick bad news onto Xbox. Just look at the fake news that's in front of you right now, with Xbox's dedicated handheld was cancelled because AMD required 10 million units. How can this be true when Steam hasn't sold 10 million units? How can this be true when the Asus ROG, the original, didn't sell 10 million units? Why would this only be a requirement for Xbox? It doesn't make sense. Yet, popular AMD leaker Kepler came out with this claim, and it's already been falsified. And let's get into it because the fake news that's going around Xbox right now is unprecedented. It's going crazy from the console being cancelled to Mr. Cleaner coming in, Tim Dog doing what he does best in spreading BS rumors, saying that all this. And just recently, I might add, he's now had a spout with Paris, which is going crazy. And he was basically crying about the same thing not that long ago. We'll cover that in the stream tomorrow because that's hilarious. That's something that's just unbelievable. But what we're looking at today is this article here, and I wanted to go through it. So, first, let's have the drop. All right, so this article reads Xbox's dedicated handheld was cancelled because AMD required 10 million units. It's claimed. Obviously, it's claimed. Tom Henderson is the writer of this. It has been claimed that Xbox's now dedicated handheld was cancelled because AMD required a minimum of 10 million units in its contract. Apparently, every other manufacturer out there, whether it's Lenovo, MSI, Steam, Valve, Asus, none of them required a 10 million unit, but Xbox did. Come on, something is sus. Something doesn't add up here. It's a number it's a number that at face value would have been almost impossible to hit. Of course, because handhelds are generally not that popular unless you're Nintendo. With the highly successful Steam Deck selling around 4 million units, it's actually around 3. I don't think they've hit 4 million yet. Units at the time of writing, but according to the reputable leaker, that was the number AMD wanted, which, in all intents and purposes, is bogus, is false information, it's made up, and it is just an outright fake news. But it's sad to see that even someone as prominent as Kepler is now getting into the Xbox bad situation. And I'm sorry, folks, but this really is, and I'm starting to sound like boomer a little bit, but this is the Xbox tax, right? This is the absolute Xbox. Everyone is trying to get free clicks right now, free notoriety. I mean, wasn't it Tim that just said yesterday or the day before that he only came back to let people know that the hardware was being cancelled because of this Judson guy, Altoff, whatever his name is, and it turned out to be fake news, but apparently he knew it from February 2024. How do you even backtrack from that? And then you still have face to come out and talk about things that you are consistently wrong on. This is the guy that turned around and had a complete mental breakdown because Xbox didn't allow him into the boardroom or give him a heads up on their pivot to changing plans. Because apparently, and wait for it, my guy broke bread with Phil Spencer at a fan fest. Yeah. He thought that having lunch with someone meant that they are going to give them all their company secrets and all the lowdowns. And my guy, my guy. But here we are. We've got a bunch of people who are basically trying to gain relevance by talking about Xbox in a negative way, and the media is going to lap it up. Do you know why? Because hating Xbox is so popular. In fact, if I made Xbox is dead video, I bet it would hit 10,000 views without a shadow of doubt. Do you know what? I might just test that theory and let's see how it goes. But anyway, as you can see here, an update from, according to Windows Central's Jez Corden, Kepler 2's claim isn't even slightly true. And now this has actually been corroborated by a number of other people as well that it's not true. So the fact is, where Kepler got this information from is completely bogus, it's completely made up, it's completely fake. But it goes, the news comes from a reputable AMD and hardware leaker, Kepler L2, who has reported on many AMD leaks in the past. It's sad that you have to get to that point where you have to, talk Xbox bad in order to stay relevant. I mean, we've seen a bunch of them, right? But it's just weird. I never thought Kepler would stoop this low. According to Kepler, Xbox's dedicated handheld was cancelled because AMD wanted a massive 10 million unit commitment for a dedicated system on chip SoC. Now, here's the thing. With Steam Deck selling, apparently it's 5 million units, but it's not. It's still around 3.5 million. And Asus ROG Lenovo only selling 1 or 2 million. And Microsoft didn't want to take that risk. Of course they wouldn't. But again, here's the thing. Why would AMD ask Microsoft for a commitment of 10 million when Valve didn't sell 10 million, and they didn't ask Valve for that commitment? They didn't ask Asus for that commitment. They didn't ask Lenovo for that commitment. They didn't ask MSI for that commitment. Why would they ask Microsoft? Come on, folks. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make any sense. And Jez Corden saying that this isn't remotely true is bang on the money, because you just have to use common sense, business. This isn't even business sense, right? We're not even going into business 101. This is just common sense. And it's there for the taking. If true, it's not surprising Microsoft didn't want to make a 10 million chip commitment. Look, let's be realistic here, right? We're talking about a company that just on the whim spent $70 billion, then invested another $80 billion in AI. Just like it's nothing, right? Do you think $10 million is going to be a problem for them? They probably make that 10 million in about 10 minutes of a day's cycle. So let's be realistic here. That 10 million unit, that $10 million chip, none of this makes any sense at all. It's just so kind of, the fake news is brimming like crazy for this. It's unbelievable. And this article just goes on. This weekend, Microsoft and Xbox were hit with a series of reports that claims that Xbox was abandoning the hardware entirely, and a new round of layoffs was set to happen. But on the hardware side of things, though, Microsoft responded to the rumors yesterday, stating that it's actively investing in our future first party consoles. Now, I still find this consoles part really important, because that's a plural, not first party console and devices, but first party consoles. So I still do wonder if they're going to have a low end and a high end machine and devices designed. If they do, I really hope they learned from the Series S and X and provide ample resources, even if on the low end machine, to make sure that this doesn't happen. The only thing really that should be different, the lower chip CPU and the GPU being lower. This is all fake news, man. This is all fake news. And it's a shame that Kepler actually went down this route. But at this point in time, everyone is trying to get in on the fake news for the clicks, for the views, and everything else. But this isn't it, folks. This isn't it. Yes, we know that Microsoft has cancelled its dedicated hardware. I mean, it's been delayed indefinitely, which is another term for being cancelled, but it's not officially cancelled. It's just been shelved. And it may come back one day, it may never come back one day, but my assumption is it's never coming back. But there is no such basis for this. None of this actually makes sense. In fact, if you put the sales of Steam Deck, Asus ROG, Lenovo, MSI, all together, I doubt you would hit 10 million, right? But if all of those combined are not hitting 10 million unit sales, why would they bother asking Microsoft for 10 million? I don't know, guys. You let me know in the comment section below. This fake news situation is getting out of control. We do have a handheld at the very least right now with the Asus ROG Ally X and the Asus ROG Ally. It is PC orientated. It can play anywhere titles. It can also remote into your Xbox. It can also play cloud gaming. So it's a very, very formidable device that can do a lot of things. It does have a steep price of $799 in the UK and around $1,000 in the US plus tax. But at the end of the day, disinformation, and there's a number of people now coming out saying this isn't true at all. It's just a shame that now even the likes of Kepler L2 are having to go down the Xbox tax route just to gain some relevance or some kind of notoriety or some kind of, you know, you know, movement in their image or something. I don't know. It's just weird. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's see if we can have a discussion about this tomorrow as well, because this is crazy, it's stupid, and it's dumb. The Xbox tax is real as far as I'm concerned. People may deny it, people may want to ignore it. But the fact is, when you've got people coming out and making bogus statements like the Xbox hardware is cancelled, or that what this Kepler is doing, just to drum up hate and commotion and drama, at that point, you do have to wonder what the hell is going on and why these people believe that a gaming community without Xbox would be better for the gaming industry. Do they really believe that Sony having a monopoly would be, or any company having a monopoly for that matter, would be a good thing? I mean, these people are saying that Microsoft has a monopoly on Game Pass and cloud and stuff like this with all those games, and the prices are going up. So what do you think is going to happen? So it doesn't even make sense why these people who are saying these stupid things are then turning around and saying, well, you know, if our company does it, it's okay. Anyway, folks, that's the video. If you've enjoyed this, do consider leaving a like, subscribe, hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release. Don't Let's see if we can get another 100 likes for this video. You lot smashed it in the last video. Thank you so much for the support in the previous video, and hopefully we'll hit that goal today as well. We are aiming for 10,000 subs, and if we continue the way we're going, we will definitely get there. Thanks so much. Until the next one, remain legend.